Hi guys, my name is Joao, and I'm here at Swansea Total Fitness, here with MSFC, Trainers with Heart. Lucky enough to be part of this group. Jim Nolan came up to me, asked me if I wanted to be part of this, and when he told me a little about it, I was like, definitely, let's do this. I myself was just diagnosed with MS. I was diagnosed officially December of 2018. However, the symptoms had started prior to that. I'm 31 years old. I think around my 30th birthday, I had some pain, tingling in my eye. Didn't think it was anything. I couldn't look to the sides. I just didn't know what was going on, but I put it off like it was nothing. Couple of days of it, I went to work. I mentioned it to some of my coworkers. My coworkers were like, Joao, you should, really just get that checked out. So I thought, okay, it's nothing. Eventually, a day or two later, I went to an obstetrician, and they did some imaging and saw a little bit of inflammation of my optic nerve. So I could see the look on her face. She was like, you should probably go to Boston, have someone take a look at that. It could be nothing, but it could be something. And that day is what started this whole journey that's put me here in front of you guys. From that point on, I went up to Boston. I've done several MRIs, blood work like you can't imagine. And as of, again, December of 2018 is when I got the phone call from their neurologist saying, pretty sure you have MS, or your MRI shows clinical signs of MS. And that day, I'll be honest, I just cried. My wife was on the phone. We had the doctor on speakerphone, and we cried because as a nurse, I've seen the worst of what I believe is MS, and that's the bedridden patients, the patient's paralysis from head down, and that scared me. I automatically thought that's what was going to happen to me. I didn't want that to happen, and you have all these thoughts going through your head, like, what am I going to do? What's going to happen next? I just gotten married, kids, all that. But that day came, it went, said, one day at a time. You start looking things online, you start looking up diet and exercise and things like that, like things that, what could I do to see if I can put this off or stop it? Because in my mind, it's like, all right, I'm going to stop it. So eventually I was lucky enough to know about Jim's story and hear that he also had MS. Now, I'd seen Jim a couple of times, and Jim is not your stereotypical guy with MS. I would have never thought in 1,000 years that Jim had the disease. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I started doing some of his classes, MS Warrior Strength, just complete high intensity, a kick in the butt. But I was like, well, if he's doing this, then I can do it. So there's no excuse. And then slowly, I ended up getting involved with an online 6-8 week program with Jim. He gave me some exercises. And since then, like, Jim's been my go-to guy that I turn to, and he's helped me out a lot. Because going from that day one diagnosis, thinking that I was going to be bedridden and my whole life was going to be changed upside down, to now that, I still have my days, but it's nowhere near what I thought would be the outcome. And I know I'm still fairly new to this. Just being diagnosed within the year. I don't know what the road has ahead of me, but whatever it is, I'm ready to take on the challenge. And if it means helping others and doing this MSFC, Trainers with Heart, then let's do this. I figure if I can help at least one person, either motivate them or get out of that slump that they're in because they just recently got diagnosed, then that's what I want to do. So hence why I'm here. One of the original thoughts that came into mind, which, a lot of things came into my mind, but feeling different, ashamed, I felt like this was a disability, and I hate to use that word, but I didn't want people to start treating me differently. So from all of you that see this video, not even some of my close friends nor family members know about this. So this is the first time I'm opening up. And it's not because, I really don't know why, But part of me doesn't want them to worry. Part of me doesn't want them to think about the worst. Because obviously, again, you hear those 2 letters, and your mind just takes you to places where it really shouldn't. But at first, I myself, I was just, it just kept hitting me like this is a disability. And again, I keep using that word, but over these last several months, I look at this as if this is nothing. I'm gonna control this. This will not control me. I want to be proactive, not reactive. So if that means changing the way I eat, changing my lifestyle, honestly, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise. Because I've always been somewhat healthy. I played soccer growing up. Once school and nursing took over, forget it. But for the most part, I was a healthy individual, working nights for 7 years. Your eating habits are not the greatest. You're snacking all the time. You leave work, you go to Dunkin', get a cup of coffee, a donut, a bagel, a croissant, things like that. And it's little things. And again, I'm not perfect, but ever since finding out I had MS, I can definitely say I've changed my life for the better. I come to the gym 4 to 5 times a day. I'm doing HIIT programs where it's high intensity. I'm not here trying to get big, bulky, muscular. It's not about, to me, the size. It's about being able to live, the day-to-day. It's the being able to function, functionality. That's what I'm looking for. So doing, heavy lifting with Jim, or doing bar classes with Lauren, which you end up being the only guy, that's fine. Just do it, because in the end, it's only to help yourself, to better yourself off. So while you stand there pirouetting on your toes like a ballerina, just know that, what? Don't be ashamed. Just do whatever you can do, because in the end, it's only going to benefit you. So again, to go from that to what I would call that rock bottom of finding out you have the diagnosis to now, I'm not ashamed. And I can say that because I'm out here speaking to you guys, telling you guys my story. And I hope that you guys can, at least someone out there, can take this and do something to better themselves off. Because as long as one person can do that, then that's what I'm here to do. And I've done my job. So one of the reasons Jim brought me in is he thinks I'm good at conditioning. I don't know if that's because of him watching me struggle doing his programs on Saturdays and Mondays, but for whatever reason, he feels like that's my strong point. And in a way, I guess I have to agree with him. And I hate the fact that I'm going to agree with him, but I am. In my mindset, this diagnosis, this disease, takes over. And what I want to do, and what I want to be able to demonstrate to people is, the more repetitions you do, it's not about, squatting 300 pounds or whatnot. It's about just being able to come down, drop down, and do that repetitively, 10, 15, 20 reps, whatever you can. Even if it's your first time and all you can do is 1 with body weight, it doesn't matter. But the more you do it, the easier it will get. And the easier it gets, maybe it makes the day easier. Walking around, going to work, just getting up out of bed, maybe just standing up off your wheelchair for a little bit. Just those little things that we take for granted. So with the conditioning with me and the conditioning I like to bring in is, let's do the repetitions. Let's get that muscle memory, because when those neurons and those signals aren't coming through, let's get the muscles to help out. But yet still do it in a way that, again, you don't want to overexert yourself.
Exactly.
And it's okay to just stop. It's okay to come down and just relax.
Yes.
Take a minute, take 2 extra minutes, catch your breath, maybe try it again. And if not, it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day.
Right. Exactly.
So then try it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do something different. One of the other things I wanted to talk about early, and I didn't, was the awareness, the eye pain. That's what really started this whole process. But looking back, I think it was more than that, and I just put it aside. Oh, this is nothing. This is just working nights for 3 days a week. It catches up to you, because some of my bigger symptoms, and I put aside, and that still linger with me now, is the fatigue, the overall fatigue that some days just hits me out of nowhere, and I don't quite understand it because I slept well the night before. I slept those 6, 7, 8 hours, and yet why am I so tired midday? And it feels like I just ran a marathon. Another thing that I hope that people take away from this is if you notice changes, even slight changes, address it with your doctor. Just be aware of them, because don't keep putting it off, because I feel the longer you wait, the worse it can be. Again, be proactive. You notice something different, you notice the fatigue. My legs, I used to run around and play soccer, my legs would get heavy and I'd be like, what's going on? Like, this isn't normal. Oh, this is nothing. I'm just tired. It's always, I'm just tired. But little things like that you notice that, you put to the side, don't. Address it. Get it before it gets you. So that's another part that I want people to know is don't mask your symptoms. Address it, please. With MSFC, Trainers with Heart, I don't want it to turn into another aerobics class. It's not about just going to the gym. It's a lifestyle, and that's another reason why I'm here today. Is I think that outside of being active, there's a dietary piece that complements it, a lifestyle piece, and getting that incorporated with everything, which is what we're going to do on this show, on this program, whichever you want to, on this program, is just to incorporate different things out there. So the idea behind this is so we can take different issues and address it. So it kind of gives you an overall, well-rounded program. It gives you a well-rounded program. That's a good way to put it. So with that being said, again, it's an honor to be part of MSFC. So hopefully being part of this MSFC, Trainers with Heart, we can provide you information, some guidance, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes, again, to help anyone out there who's listening, who's dealing with this or just finding out. So I'll see you guys soon, and best of luck.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you for everything.
Anytime, brother.